got fire-breathing rubber duckies versus Interns United. Game 2 coming out. Fire-breathing rubber duckies taking game number 1. Gonna be interesting to see if maybe they go with the same team composition this time. But looks like, opting to ban that Ivern this time instead. Maybe thinking that was a big advantage for fire-breathing rubber duckies. I wonder if they're gonna ban Syndra. Man, fire-breathing rubber duckies must think that this HMTKD is like the carry of the team because they have banned every single one of his supports both games now. And then they did ban that Syndra there, realizing that was a very effective champion for them last game, not wanting to play against that champ again.
Take a good look. It's the last you'll get.
The old Ash ban, I love it. So hopefully this game we see the new AD carry.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for that. I've been waiting all day for that new AD carry, but they refuse to pull it out. Should be able to have this set soon.
Oh, the Thresh Orianna? This would be pretty cool. Ah, nice. They're going right back to that Thresh again. They knew it worked very well, so they're just like, why mess with the combo we have going on right now? Might as well just use the same thing. But this time, instead of the Syndra opting to use the Orianna, going to be pretty much the same kind of champion. Kind of using that ultimate more, a little more team fight based rather than pick based. But still, going to be pretty effective there for that mid laner who last game did a really great job of shutting down the other mid laner.
Yeah, and Orianna, especially a very strong pick nowadays, having that ultimate available to just pull in the entire team and get that team fight going, and also able to just zone and have very strong lane presence early on with the Clockwork Wind-Up passive, able to just bully people off, especially if they go for that Echo again. They might, but another ranged champion that can definitely bully those melee mid laners off.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how these teams switch up their comps here. It seems like fire-breathing rubber duckies, at least so far, are kind of doing the same idea. The Orianna, obviously, because of Syndra is banned. But on the opposite side, it looks like they're kind of changing things up pretty dramatically. Switching over from the Rakan, this time they're going with the Nami. Switching over last game from the Echo, going with the Azir. So a little bit more of a longer team fight rather than a kind of all going at once team fight. So gonna see if maybe that might be better against the team that doesn't make as many picks. But interesting to see how this Azir will do against the Orianna. I know it kind of could go either way. I know it's pretty annoying playing against Azir as Orianna. But on the opposite side, we got the Xayah and the Zac coming out. That'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, taking that Xayah that the Interns United was unable to get anything done with and grabbing that for themselves. We'll see if fire-breathing rubber duckies can make this work.
Dude, is this the Vayne? I love it. The spicy Vayne. Lock it in. Lock it in. I want to see the spicy Vayne. Come on, shoot faster if you're listening. Lock it in. Oh, Teemo AD carry. I wouldn't mind a Teemo AD carry game. I wonder if he knows what he's doing already and he's just trolling. Oh, well, yeah, looks like it's going to be with the Lucian. Yeah, kind of the same idea. That's a very interesting team fight that we have right there, though. Both teams, team fights for both sides are kind of the same idea, except for the fact that there's an Alawi. That is a lot of damage. Holy cow, that team has a lot of damage.
That is something that was banned away last time. It must be a specialty of La Blue Girl, although putting up a very good showing on that Kled. But we'll see how. Yeah, no. Let's see the Alawi. We've seen the Alawi in our league. We see how that one works. What can La Blue Girl do on this champion?
Yeah, and this time, fire-breathing rubber duckies, they get the Zaya instead of giving it over to the other side. So we'll see how much more effective that Zaya is. No recon, though. Opting to go with the Thresh instead. Not really the end of the world. Kind of makes sense, either way. They don't have to remake the game this time. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, an interesting way to have done things. I think they just made a mistake in selecting their champion rather than needing some sort of placeholder.
Yeah, yeah. But look at analyzing the two teams here. If we're gonna look at the side of Interns United first, Nautilus, Lee, Azir, Lucia, Nami, pretty well formed team composition. In my opinion, one that really revolves around this Azir though. If this Azir does not kind of get ahead, it might be a little rough. Lucian's going to be putting out damage, but once you get to that late game, it's going to be so hard for that Lucian to get past the Alawi, Zac bot front line. So if that Azir can get ahead, it'll be a really great opportunity for them to make picks there with the Emperor's Divide, but without it, it's going to be hard to shred through those tanks.
Yeah. So Sorry, I've been busy setting up this overlay because I'm really interested in how this works, but but they have good potential. They have the Alawi and Zac and Orianna. So that's going to be the main combination here from Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Get that Zac in there, get the ball in the middle of the team, pull them together, and let Alawi go to town while you have that Zaya, who's a very good AoE 80 carry off the backside, trying to dish out that damage. They should have a good team fight with that, but the mobility of the Lucian and the Azir and the Lee Sin, being able from Interns United, they're going for, instead of just a straight team fight, they're going for individual skill play here, trying to maneuver around, position themselves right, and dish out good damage. Azir able to put some great damage in, and Lucian having the mobility to get around skill shots, dodge out from the enemy team, and have his own damage. They have alongside that Nami and Nautilus, they're able to peel and be disruptive with their abilities. And going back to that Lee Sin, he did well in the early game, but not quite able to put it out for the team mid to late game. Able to get a few picks here and there, stealing that Baron, which was huge for them, but it unfortunately wasn't quite enough. They needed a little bit more than that at that point in the game. So it'll be nice to see. Definitely greater pick potential here from Interns United, but a very massive team fight out of the side of Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, which seems to be what they go for. Their last draft was really focused around that team fight, having the Ivern and Thresh peeling for the Syndra and Ezreal.
Yeah, I think this is another team comp of fire-breathing rubber duckies that's very well-rounded. They kind of have a little bit of everything, like that pick potential we were talking about last game with also the hyper carry and the team fight. I really like their team comp they have formed so far. I think Interns United is going to rely very heavily on this Azir. If they can do so, though, it'll be all right. But if I'm going to look at it so far, I'm going to have to give it to fire-breathing rubber duckies. But with that being said, everyone that's tuning in, give the stream a follow. Hopefully we're going to be streaming some more of these matches here for the Ascension eSports coming up. Hopefully we're going to get some more. I've had a blast, I know, doing it. So give us a follow. And with that being said, if anyone else is interested, tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our own Phi Mu Alpha LCS Finals, $120 prize pool. Finals tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be giving out mystery skins. We're going to be getting hyped up. It's going to be a great time. Make sure you tune in and see our team's feed.
Hey, and that is a beautiful overlay we have going in when you get that chance.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I am very happy with that. Very happy. How long did it take you to mess with that?
Like a minute.
There
It took me champion select to mess with that. Oh, already the shit coming out, leaving Alawi up. Here we go.
Oh, damn.
How will this Alawi do? Can Nautilus be the answer to that? Especially Nautilus starting with that corrupting potion, looking to get very aggressive with his Riptides here. Dropping the extra poke, maybe trying to bully Alawi. I don't know. Can you bully an Alawi out of lane?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. If any champion's gonna do it, it might not be the end of the world to have that one, but
Yep.
I don't know.
And standard across the board, just standing still, not really getting those deep wards, no invades. Really questioning the decisions for the lack of vision on both sides, not trying to see where the jungle starts, see what's going down, get that extra intel, just leaving it to what they do early on and playing their game.
You know what's nice? When people tune in to watch us over MSI. Everyone hates MSI, man.
MSI sucks.
These teams suck. I mean, TSM's not playing, so the team that's going to win isn't even playing today, so it doesn't even matter. It's going to be an SKT TSM Finals, TSM 3-0. There's no doubt in my mind. Regular starts coming out here, like you said, no invades so far. You know, it's nice having a badass overlay. Damn, Dylan, that overlay looks nice. Except you can't really see the blue.
Yeah, it's not quite the right color blue, but
that's all right though. As for a first
trial and error
attempt,
here, trial and error. Yeah, especially when we have our handy professional overlay maker who I'm sure he'd love to do it. Whoever made our logo, the PMA LCS logo.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sure he'd love to help out and add in on that.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. He would totally be about that. I'll have to hit him up after this. But yeah, right off the bat here, seeing this little blue girl Alawi damage so effective, really kind of poking this Nautilus out of the lane here, just doing a lot. But Nautilus is kind of holding his own here a little bit, playing the lane all right. Ooh, very nice tentacle smash, followed up with a harsh lesson right away with the tentacle sitting there, trying to get this tentacle. Another harsh lesson coming out. I'm not sure Nautilus learned his lesson.
Yeah, he didn't learn the lesson the first time. Tries to go and take the tentacle down. Takes it again. Very nice trade. Lucian dashing forward aggressively on Xayah. Able to put back and dodge out from the feather damage. Lucian a very good pick into Xayah. Although, straight up in the 1v1, just auto attack battle, Xayah has the advantage. But Lucian with the mobility to get around those feathers sitting on the ground. And right away, Nautilus made into a test of spirit. Getting pushed. Oh. Getting pushed out of this lane pretty heavily.
Yeah, it is so hard. One could argue that being a vessel is arguably the most annoying form of CC in the entire
but
game.
in comes Lee Sin. Can he get this? He misses the Sonic Wave, but still going in. Dodges out from the Tentacle Smash. The blue girl going down low. Tries to flash away, but Lee Sin flashed in for the final auto attack. Red Buff picks that off on the flash away. A nice gank from Feeder again. Able to get these early pressure in for his team.
Yeah, and that's a big one too, especially for how the lane was going so far. That's a big advantage coming over for the side of IU. Gonna help a lot for the Nautilus, who was getting behind. But at the same time, the blue girl is playing it all right. She had to test the spirit onto. Oh, Lucian's going in with the damage here.
A nice Aqua Prison from Nami to set that up, but unable to follow through all the way. Just getting a little bit of a trade damage onto Xayah. And now we have Zach here on these Krugs. Lee Sin on his way down. I don't know if Zach will be able to finish these in time, or if they'll even spot this out. Smiting it down. Lee Sin not pathing down straight towards the Krugs, so he won't be able to pick this up. But Zach is there, counter jungling, trying to take away, trying to teach him a lesson from his counter jungling last game.
Yeah, then that's exactly right. You're like, not this game. Oh, but Zach's coming in. The elastic slingshot. Oh, having to burn that heal and the. Oh, Lucian's still going in here.
Yeah, an excellent flash away from Nami to dodge the hook. A good gank from Zach. Unfortunately, they couldn't chain the CC well enough to keep Nami locked down for that kill. But getting the flash out of the support and the heal from the Lucian gives a nice advantage to this Rubber Ducky's lane.
Yeah, I mean, you might see another gank from the Zach coming up here. Lee Sin is sitting down there bottom. Lee Sin, just gonna back out. But Zach is in his bottom side jungle. This Lee Sin is still trying to make something happen. He looks like he might just. No, he's just gonna back now. But yeah, I mean that first blood was very effective, but it doesn't really seem to matter because the blue girl just keeps pushing this lane in up top. Hopefully they might get another gank up there soon. I mean that Alawi's pushed him pretty far.
Yeah, better do it quickly before she hits 6. Once Alawi has that ultimate, very, very hard to gank. A very hard champion to even 2v1 once the ultimate's there. A great bully and a good fighter, able to sustain up from the tentacle smashes when that comes down. So this will be a rough lane for Nautilus, but he's farming very well right now. As Lucian goes in aggressively, he's going in for Xayah. The Aqua person not able to lock her down, and the Rubber Duckies bot lane walks away very low. An excellent attempt.
A big advantage they have. Oh, but meanwhile, here comes Speeder coming in for the gank, but Alawi did hit that level 6, just pounding on both of them. Not even close. Alawi is out of mana though. Looks like oh! The Vessel Tentacle taken down. Hippopotamus Prime on the Nautilus. A kill coming over for Alawi. Hippopotamus Prime. I can't even pronounce it.
Hippopotamus Prime. Like the transfer. Oh, hit by the Aqua Prison. No follow up though. That's like
way more fun to say hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, that was exactly what you said before, Dylan. You know, you have to gank before Alawi hits 6, because once Alawi hits 6, there's no chance you're going to be able to get up a gank. She's just going to 2v1 you every single time.
Yeah, Ori looking to get aggressive on this Azir. Unfortunately, Dissonance is straight on top of herself instead of on Azir. A little awkward on the ball placement, maybe not quite used to champion, but Zach is coming in. Doesn't quite hit the elastic slingshot. Azir staying back, staying safe.
That would have been a good kill opportunity there if he had landed that slingshot. It was pretty close. But yeah, I mean, right across the board, farm is actually way closer than it was last game. All lanes are within 5 farms. So that's pretty entertaining to see. But at the same time, kind of going to something I was gonna mention before. I think oh, but wait a second, we could see a Zac gank? Oh no, he's gonna go back for his jungle. But something I was gonna discuss before, I think a thing that's very strong about the Lucian Nami lane is that when Lucian just uses his Relentless Pursuit to go in, Nami just immediately uses her Tidecaller's Blessing, and that double auto attack slow is very strong for the Lucian, gives him great catch potential, and also gives him a lot of damage on that double auto attack buff.
Yeah, and then you have the ebb and flow to heal back any damage that Lucian does trade while dishing out more. It's a very strong dueling lane that can easily bully off another lane, but Rubber Ducky's farming very well over top of that, and just staying back and safe and trying to scale up, because Xayah will outscale the Lucian in the end. She'll have greater damage potential. Oh, the Emperor's Divide comes in. Azir, Vader is right there. Orianna throws down the Shockwave, but it's not enough. Goes down to the Lee Sin. 2 kills for Lee Sin now.
Very great Emperor's Divide. That set that kill up so easily for Lee to come in. Also burning that heal on Ori. She didn't burn Flash. At the same time, Feeder is invading the jungle here.
He does have that Dragon's Rage still available.
He lands a Sonic Wave, not gonna do anything.
Thresh isn't here, but neither is Lee's bot lane. Yeah, getting a little antsy there for the side of IU. Lee Sin, his bot lane had already recalled, and trying to go in and be in their jungle, not the wisest of decisions there.
Yeah, definitely not, but he is pretty strong right now. He is 2-0, does have a lot of damage. Did just back and picked up his Warrior, so that's going to be a nice little bit of a boost in damage for that Lee. Going to be interesting to see where he prioritizes now. Probably not going to go back top lane, kind of because he knows, flashbacks of the war. But, looks like he's going to go for his blue. Is he going to go up top again?
No, he's going for that Grump. Making this Vessel, Alawi just punishing the Nautilus. But, I mean, right now, what are Lee's options? You go into bot lane, there's a Thresh Xayah, and Xayah has her ultimate. She's gonna get away. It's gonna be very hard to lock her down. You go top lane, there's Alawi. She can ult you. Oh, but they're going in. They do go in. Lee made into a Vessel. Alawi dropping the ultimate, going down. Harsh Lesson goes down the tentacle. Close enough. Lee Sin does end up picking up that kill, but he's very low off that backside.
Yeah, I mean that was actually I mean if you're gonna gank an Alawi, that's the way to do it. That was a very effective use of all of their abilities there. Yeah, Nautilus immediately using the depth charge, immediately going right in there, and Lee just coming in with his damage right off the bat. He had that Warrior enchantment, knowing the damage he could put in, able to pick up that Alawi before she was able to turn it around on them.
Yeah, and kicking her into turret, adding in the tower damage. Very nicely done. Alawi, while she can easily 1v2, it's hard to do that with a tower also shooting you.
Yeah. That kind of makes it a little bit harder. Just a little bit, though. Not too much. Yeah, I mean, this Lee has definitely been making things happen. Most of, obviously, they pretty much all been top lane.
Here comes the Emperor's Divide again off the Stream of Shuffle with Lee Sin right around the corner. Shockwave coming in. Azir dropping low. Lee Sin picks up the kill, though. Nicely done again. Just funneling gold into this Lee Sin. He is 100% kill participation. Been around that map, helping his team. Unfortunately,
Lee has been everywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to get those kills over to the Azir both times mid, but still, maybe they can push this damage advantage from the Lee Sin into the mid game before he starts to fall off and get additional pressure for his team. Something he was just not quite able to do last game.
Yeah, I mean, but he is so far ahead of this game though. That's the big difference. And you said it, especially right there. Meanwhile, at the same time, they're coming in with the damage. Lee's bottom does get the kick off of the W. Oh, Zaya's trying to pick this up.
Oh, ult's the wrong direction. I don't think she would have quite had the damage to pick up Lee Sin though. Lucian did still have his heal, but yeah, missing that ultimate definitely not gonna sit well in the mind here for Rubber Duckies. That's a little tilting.
I don't think she had Blade Collar either, so even though she used it, I don't think she would have been able to bring them in to get that damage proc. Yeah, I don't think it would have been enough, but
yeah, and
wouldn't have hurt, that's for sure.
And IU finally able to get a kill over to one of their carries. Lucian picking up his first for the day, but Zach's coming in. Nami flashes away, able to dodge that knockup that could have been chained into a root under turret.
Yeah, it's a pretty entertaining game so far. This Lee has been putting in some serious work, though.
Yeah, and he was ahead last game. He was 3-1 at this point in the game, but Alawi going in. Ult's on top of the Nautilus under turret. Just going to throw damage down onto this Vessel now, try and force him out of lane. He's very, very low.
Man, this Lee has just been very... You see, he's been very effective, but at the on the opposite side, you want to see more from this Zac. You really want to see the Zac, because Zac is the kind of champion that if he gets fed, there's pretty much nothing you can do to kill him. With his ultimate, with his passive and everything, you just pretty much can't kill him. But if he stays even all the game, it's going to be easy for their team to kill him. Like I said before, this Azir is getting pretty strong. He does only have 2 assists, no kills, but he has the gold lead on the Orianna on the mid laner. At the same time, you have a 4-0 Lee Sin. That's going to be great to pick off the Xayah. So I really hope I can see a little bit more from this Baba Ganoush here on this Zac, trying to make plays happen.
And really the biggest issue here is Baba Ganoush just isn't finding those gank paths. Zac has a great ability to find odd gank paths with how long a range his elastic slingshot is to get in there. Looking at turret dive, Hip Optimus Prime. He lands a knockup this time. Hip Optimus Prime flashes over the wall. Zac flashes after, and Alawi picks up the kill for it. And Zac able to get away safely with a less bounce movement speed bonus. But yeah, like right there, Zac can come from way over that wall and just hit under turret. He has the distance closing ability from the elastic slingshot, especially at higher ranks. It's so long. He can find these strange gank paths, and it's up to him and Thresh to keep these wards cleared so that Zac can get around to those spots and just find good ganks.
Oh, here comes Lucian trying to make the play here. Oh, Lee did just miss his Sonic Wave. He does have red buff, though. Gonna use the safeguard to get behind him, kicks him back. Lucian's going in, does have the damage to kill him, doesn't even use any of his ultimates at all. They could opt to get this bottom tower, would be first tower. There are 4 people down there. No, just gonna back off. Lee Sin's trying to... Oh, he's just stealing. Oh my gosh! The nice Sonic Wave to the ground, coming in with the safeguard and the Xayah. Xayah's doing a lot of damage though. Blade Collar's coming out. Oh, the second Sonic Wave is gonna miss. Not gonna be enough there. If he landed that Sonic Wave, that would have been a kill maybe.
And well sidestepped by Xayah there. Lee Sin low on energy though. Could find the opportunity to fight back. Zac is going in. Zac dropping low. He still has his passive available. The Featherstorm comes out and they pick up Lee Sin off the backside. Still chasing into this. Lucian is here now, full health, and Azir is also here. Missed Emperor's Divide.
He's still following up though.
Still following up. Xayah Blast comes over that wall.
Uh-oh.
There's no one to pick this up though. She could get.
It?
I think she'll get away here. Oh, Azir flash through him, shuffle in. Oh, the flash heal from Oriana. Able to turn that fight around. Wow. Good save from Oriana.
Pick up the kill top lane with the tentacle smack, coming out with the harsh lesson, getting a kill over the Salawi. That was a really, really big throw on the side of Interns United. And I think a lot of that has to go with the fact that Lee Sin was just not landing those shockwaves that needed to be landed. You know, they had that one fight where they were fighting the Zac down by the Gromp, and he used his shockwave, but he hit Gromp instead of Zac, and immediately that just loses pretty much all, you know, Lee Sin's main way to damage you. And, you know, again, he missed the one on Xayah. So the 4-0, now 5-1 Lee Sin needs to be landing those shockwaves. If he lands those shockwaves, it would be so strong. But if he misses them, it's such a great opportunity for Interns United to turn, for Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies to turn it around.
Yeah, but luckily enough, Lee Sin has the mobility. He has the safeguard. He can safeguard the wards, so he can still get in there. And if he has that Dragon's Rage up, make the play, even without hitting the Sonic Wave. But they're going to rotate on top now. Do the classic LCS. We took bot. Well, send the bot lane top. And there's no one to respond to this. They're probably going to get this turret. Teleport coming in from Alawi. Will it be in time, though? Decides to cancel it before the tower goes down.
Oh, Nautilus is getting picked off here bottom. Does use the dredge line to try to get away. Zac, let's bounce. Gonna get the slow here. He is gonna go down on this Nautilus. A kill coming out for Zac, sliding him away. Looks like this could be a tower here for fire-breathing Rubber Duckies as well.
Yeah, not sure why Zac smited that though. They had the kill for the Xayah. No one was gonna die. There was no need to rush that kill. He just takes that away. Takes gold from the carry.
That kill to your Xayah too. Like, you know, you kind of want to get her going.
Yeah, Xayah has that Blade of the Ruined King completed, John, along with some Ninja Tabi there. As Zac goes in, lands the knockup onto Nami, but now he's in a bad spot. Lee Sin's there too, able to get away with the Dissonance speed up.
Yeah, it's kind of bringing it back here a little bit for Fire Breathing Rubber. Kind of bringing this one back. You know, the Alawi, although has 2 deaths, has 3 kills and is putting in a lot of work. And meanwhile, the Lee Sin seems to be stuck in the jungle here. Does try to safeguard away. The ultimate's used from Xayah. Blade Caller gonna snare him in place. They're not gonna get him now. Oh, here comes the Azir. Emperor Survive's gonna miss though. Here comes the damage. Xayah's gonna go down, but Azir's gonna go down as well. Lucian's gonna try to go in. Oh my gosh, the attack distance damage from Oriana is so much. Lucian is gonna live with the Tidecaller's blessing from Nami. The exhaust coming out from Zac. Doesn't have his passive. Greatly turned by Interns United. Woo!
Yeah, and it looks like he was just going to straight up end with an even trade. Azir going in, Emperor's Divide. Zac flashing away from that, but they still catch Xayah and get the kill, and Azir trades his life back. Oh, Alawi ulting down now. Little early on that ultimate as Nautilus was already walking away. Or a little late, I should say.
Maybe she was thinking she'd have the damage and kind of just do it by himself, but it just wasn't enough there. Should have waited a little bit longer. But at the same time here, Interns United it's kind of bringing this one back here. You know, they had the lead in the beginning and they started to throw, but now they have the 3-0 Lucian. You have the 6-1 lead. At the same time, you have an 0-4 Nautilus top, which isn't very good, so they're gonna have to kind of be careful of that. But. Yeah. The Lucian is really strong, and that's a big advantage for them that they need.
Yeah, and they opened up this map now, all tier 1 turrets down, so they should just be able to pressure in to the enemy jungle now, lay down vision, deny this Zac a little bit more, and try to group up for some fights. They have a small bit of gold lead, but Fire Breathing Rubber Ducky is going to try to trade a turret back here. Get something going for them. They're not that far behind, so they're definitely not out of it, but they really need to get something going. Nautilus right here into the backside throws down the ultimate onto the Oriana, but the Let's Bounce breaking up the team fight, locking down the Zac now. Oh, the Shockwave catches 2 members, takes down the Nautilus, but the Emperor's Divide in the backside. He's able to bring down the bot lane from Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies and then take down Zac. This Azir is all over this fight. Blue Girl now caught out with Alawi, throws down the ultimate, trying to turn this fight now. Takes down the Nami by hitting the vessel, and now turning on to Lee Sin as Lee Sin trying to get away, dodges that Test of Spirit and is able to go. But very nice. It looks like a good turn fight from Fire-breathing rubber duckies, the shockwave caught Lucian and Nautilus, and they killed Nautilus off of that. But Azir out of nowhere with the Shurima Shuffle, dropping the Emperor's Divide, shoving the Thresh and Xayah into his team, taking them down, and then picking up the Zac off the backside. 3 kills for this Azir now.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, that's massive. That Azir is going to be absolutely crushing the backline. Oh, the Blues! Lee Sin coming in with the shockwave. Safeguarding to try to follow this up. Oh, Hook is just going to miss a little bit left. The distance going to slow Orianna, or excuse me, going to slow Lee Sin. Going to be able to pick up that kill. Another kill for this Alawi. That is so much damage there. Holy crap.
Lee Sin,
Alawi is just going to crush it.
Lee Sin getting a little bit ahead of himself there. He was 6-1 at that point. But they had no vision on the enemy team, chasing a little too far. The team's able to get there, and he pays for that one. He really needs to start playing passive with his team. He is Lee Sin, so he will start to fall off. Not building too tanky, so he will go down to the enemy team. As Lucian trying to steal these Raptors away from Zac.
Woo! Woo!
The Orianna damage now. She is at that spike. Morellonomicon, along with Haunting Guys and the Sork Shoes, going to put out massive damage on anybody without magic resist, which is the bottom 3.
I love that Orianna build.
Poor IU. Up, Zac going in. He lands it.
They are going on the Azir turret. Looks like the distance is going to come out with the shockwave. Xayah's trying to use the ultimate. Gonna miss here. Here comes the Alawi with the 1v4. Looks like she's been off a little too much to try to shoot. Gonna go down. Nami getting the shutdown gold though.
Yeah, locked down nicely by the Nautilus Nami. Unable to get that ultimate off and start dealing damage. Her team not following up. Stuck behind that Azir turret.
Was that a Sebastian engage?
I think that was a Sebastian engage right there.
Oh, Zac's going on to the back line here. The last Nautilus is stuck on that front line. He's just too squishy though. Nautilus passive is going to be burned. No kills yet coming out. Nautilus is going to go down from his passive though. To that at least, and another kill being picked up for Interns United. But yeah, at this point, you really just want to see fire-breathing rubber duckies get a team fight where the Alawi is actually grouped up with them. You know, if that Alawi can get an ultimate, get a leap of fate with the rest of the team followed up, a leap of fate plus a slingshot from the Zac would be such a great team fight. But they need to get it done. They can't be splitting like this. They need to group up and actually use this team fight that is pretty strong.
Yeah, especially having a shockwave from your Orianna and then Xayah's ability to root multiple people with the Blade Caller. They have a great team fight. They just need to start grouping up and get that team fight together. They need to be coordinated. A little bit of lack of communication there on that last one, but 1-for-1 in the end. They had a nice pick on the Azir to start it off.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what this Alawi. So she's going around. I wonder what she's gonna build next. Maybe some kind of more damage. I don't know. She's got the Hex Drinker. Is she gonna finish them all? Oh, she's fighting down here bottom lane.
I'd really more like to see a Spirit Visage out of the Alawi, able to stay sustained up, reduce some damage from this Nautilus Azir, and keep in that backfight more. But Blade of the Ruin King Cleaver completed for both AD carries. Lucian with a little bit more attack speed, coming from having that extra kill.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope we get a team fight with the fire-breathing rubber duckies where they all group up. I really want to see this Orianna Zac Alawi combo. I just want to see it. I think it would be so entertaining to see a full 5v5 fight where they get it all off. Come on, Sebastian, stop feeding. Group up, Sebastian. Not sure why they didn't ban this Jason with
I guess they weren't worried about him picking up the Jace.
Ooh, coming out with the Test of Spirit from Alawi. Nautilus is just standing there taking the damage. I don't think he really necessarily knows what he's doing. I don't think he just took half his health just standing there.
Huh. But
he
goes it again, going in. I mean, meanwhile, this Lee Sin was in the top lane, and fire-breathing rubber ducky's hesitant to pull the trigger in the 4v3, but now Lee Sin is back here. Caught out that Zac. Oh, he Dragon's Rages him away out of the Elastic Slingshot and follows it up with the Resonating Strike. Good pick off, taking that Zac out. That's takes away the engage, and now they can just plant up here with these behind the Sun Disc and try to force this mid lane in.
That Zac played that, or excuse me, the lead played it really well too. He knew that Zac was going to have to use the Blast Cone, so he landed the first part of his Sonic Wave, waited till he Blast Cone, and then went in with the second part. Very well played by Feeder, picking up that kill. Empress Divide picking off Desire, but she is going to be able to flash out of it. The damage is coming out, taking down the Azir, still trying to follow up. The revenge is coming out. The TP in from the Alawi, getting the Test of Spirit down. Gonna turn Nami into a vessel. She's going to be trying to run away. They don't have the damage to follow up with it though. Alawi, the flash. Oh, flash harsh lesson taking it down. Lucian's trying to escape. Does use the calling. Auto attacks coming out from the Xayah, still trying to chase down the distance from Ori, getting the slows. Redemption keeping them alive a little bit longer. They still do have the distance, speed up from Ori. They're gonna use it. Hook's gonna miss. Nice flash by the Lucian, escaping over that wall.
Yeah, now this gives though Rubber Duckies priority on Baron. They have 2 members down on the side of IU, and they have this Baron up. Can Feeder make the hero steal, or do they not even realize this is happening? They don't have vision on this. They don't know that they're doing this. They are completely caught unaware of this Baron, and this is a very nice pickup for the Rubber Duckies to grab this.
Wow, and now they're only within 1k gold lead now too. That was a big pickup there. That was just like a team fight that started off pretty well. They made the pick on the Xayah, but once the Xayah flashed that Emperor's Divide, that should have been the moment. Okay, guys, let's back out. You know, at this point, where she flashed under their own inhibitor tower without even having the second tier turret down. So at that point, once the Emperor's Divide was used and she flashed, they should have just backed out. But instead, they committed too much. The Nami got caught, and then after that, Rubber Duckies just turned. They were Lucian Splash and they immediately went to Baron, and IU had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, and they had that Alawi teleport in. Meanwhile, oh, Zac just barely missing. Good dodge out from Lucian. But Hip Optimus Prime canceled his teleport on the side of Interns United, so they were left in that 5v4, and they still continued to fight that. Oh, the Shockwave misses. That's down now. That's a huge window for IU. And they're all looking to come in. Nautilus splashes over the wall. Lee Sin Dragon's Rage Orianna into the wall. Meanwhile, Lucian's dueling Xayah out in the front line. Xayah drops the ultimate, and Lucian goes down to Zac off the backside. Orianna still alive. Azir dishing out the damage, trying to catch Zac on the way out. That fight was
pretty low now, but that is 2 dead. Let's see what they're going to do with it. Looks like they are going to opt to maybe send one person top with that wave there and the Baron buff. Going to push this in. But yeah, that Shockwave missing looked like it could be the start of a disastrous beginning of the fight, but the rest of their team is just so strong, it really didn't even matter. A nice Let's Bounce from the Zac, nice Elastic Slingshot, a nice hook from Fresh, bringing that team fight to them that could have started off very poorly.
Yeah, and that was the opportunity for Interns United to force their way back into this game and take over a lead, and they just botched the team fight. They were not on the same page there, unable to focus down the same target. Lee Sin diving straight for the Orianna, while Nautilus was trying to keep Alawi locked down on the backside, and Lucian dueled Xayah in the front line. So there were quite a few low health bars on the side of Rubber Duckies, but there was not the focus there from Interns United to take anybody down, and they lose 2 themselves for it.
Yo, Xayah win Blade of the Ruin King, Cleaver into Hex Drinker.
Yeah. That's
honestly not the end of the world.
Gonna take quite a bit of magic damage from this Nautilus Azir combination.
Yeah, you're right. It'll be nice to have that for when he uses the Emperor's Divide again. He's gonna be able to survive it. But yeah, I mean, at this point now, looks like they're just gonna opt to send the blue girl bottom lane. They know that she still does have Baron, and it looks like they just know that no one could possibly 1v1 her. I'm not really sure why Hip Hop Hippopotamus Prime is still top, while this Alawi is pushing bottom. Looks like she's just gonna get the tower uncontested.
I mean,
Lisa is going down there to try it, but she has Baron and a wave of like 15 minutes. This is a huge mistake for Lee. Lee, you do not want this fight, my guy.
He's winning right now.
Oh my gosh, he's trying though. He's trying. He is gonna turn into a vessel right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Goes down to the vessel damage. Oh my.
I'm not really. Oh, they're sending a lot of people down here. A lot of them still does have their
Oh, Lucian caught by the.
Oh, the hook coming out in the Nami to play. 2 people. The Orianna doesn't use her ult. Buff doesn't even need it. Pick up the kill. Nautilus trying to do something here. Does use the death card to get away. Is going to have a lot of damage on him. He's going to go down. A double kill coming out from Zaya. That's 4 people dead. This could possibly be the game.
Yeah, they got that pick onto Lee Sin. I don't know why Nautilus teleported in there, as his team was pretty much already dead. He still completed the teleport. Lucian, the only one left alive, able to escape that. Elastic Slingshot not going to connect. But they're just going to take that inhibitor. Will they go for more? One member has Baron buff still, that because Zach has that extended buff duration talent, and now that's gone. So their Baron buff is down, and they're just going to play it safe and back out and probably look to siege up mid now, with that being the last turret outside of the base.
I don't know why Feeder. I think that all came back to the fact that Feeder tried to start that 1v1 in the. I don't really know what happened. Alawi was up 2 levels with Baron buff and a wave of like 10 minions. Like at that point, just why? You know, like let him have the tower. It's not even an inhibitor tower or anything like that. He went in and tried to make a play, and then he died. And at that point, your most fed member is dead. There's nothing you could possibly do to kill that Alawi. And so that kind of just started off a bad chain of events for Interns United, and a great chain of events for Rubber Duckies picking up that bottom lane inhib.
Yeah, and that comes down to that Lee Sin mentality. When you have your kills on your Lee Sin, they think still later in the game they have the ability to take these fights, but Lee Sin's damage just falling off too much, especially against someone like Alawi, who has those tank items. She has quite a bit of armor built up under her belt, and good sustain, able to fight back against the Lee Sin, but Lee Sin's still going to go in and try to make that play. Oh, looks like Lucian walking into the bush, face-checking Zach, knocks him up, and he is just deleted from the attack command distance, and now Nami, caught in an unfavorable position, goes down too. Alawi just pushing in this top lane, and now it's 4v3 mid lane in favor of Rubber Duckies.
Yeah, this isn't going to be good for them. They're going to have to decide how they want to defend this. Looks like they're going to send the 3 people up there top to deal with Alawi. It's going to be hard though. I bet Alawi can 1v3. I don't think it's going to be much of a problem.
She has that Guardian Angel.
Yeah. Oh, they're sieging in mid here too. Oh, Zach does go on the Elastic Slingshot. Doesn't land on anybody. Doesn't more. He does have Guardian's Angel. Looks like it's going to go down, though. Oh, Redemption's going to miss in time. Lee Sin going in 1v4. Big mistake. Going to go down to the flesh. Elastic Slingshot going to come in. Misses. The ultimate from Zaya. Doesn't get the blade power to bring it back, though. Oh, Zach going to live. Biggie turn shots. Nice steal coming out from the side of Oriana. Alawi's still trying to do something happen. Oh, my God. Unbelievable takedown. This Alawi is just crushing it. Does go down though. Has Guardian Angel. Gonna be able to maybe get away. Oh no, he's gonna go down. The Polly's coming out. Oh, ultimate shockwave from the Oriana. Team fight gonna win actually over to Interns United. Alawi just took too many turn shots there while the rest of his team was too low.
Yeah, and getting away with low health bars. They're lucky they didn't lose more to that. The Azir was dishing out good damage on that backside. They weren't quite able to lock him down, and he still kept pumping out with the soldiers. He did actually have soldiers on top of Oriana at one point, but chose not to attack her, but to attack minions and try and save the turret instead. But they'll come out of that.
They're doing a great job right now, though, of utilizing the split push. They have the 2 inhibitors, and it looks like there's going to be no problem to get this Baron once they go for it. But I mean, at this point, what do you even think Interns United can do to bring this back around?
Yeah, they're pretty much just gonna have to try and have a good disengage off the Emperor's Divide, get good damage down, and kite back away from this team, and try to separate them. Try to separate the carries from Zach. If you can separate the carries from Zach, Zach's not gonna kill you by himself. You shred him down, you take that tank out of the fight, and that's an exposed Oriana and Zaya. That's really their biggest thing, along with perhaps stealing this Baron. Can Feeder do it again? Can he steal this Baron for his team and maybe get a nice team fight off that they could take one home?
Yeah, it's just going to be so hard to deal with that team fight over on the side of Rubber Duckies. You know, they haven't even really had a team fight where they've used the Elastic Slingshot plus what's it called?
Shockwave.
Shockwave. Yeah, excuse me. So it's a Shockwave. Looks like we do have a team fight here. Zach is on the front line. He's taking a lot of damage. Going in with that damage there. Not going to be enough though. Malawi is just sitting on the front line. crushing it. Not a single member of the Rubber Duckies has taken like any damage at all. Gonna go down. 3 people on the side of Interns United. Looks like this is gonna be a game. Looks like their base is already gonna just die. Doesn't even matter. The TP's coming out from the blue barrel. Gonna end the game here. Gonna be a 2-0 sweep for fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. Very well played. Big comeback there. Great game. Very entertaining. Oh, Zaya's trying to make something happen here. Oh, nice. She gets the kill. Uses the Feather Storm to get away. And 2-0 win for fire-breathing Rubber Duckies.
Yeah, IU just getting a little impatient, trying to force their way back into the game. A little bit of a desperation fight at that Baron. Not getting it done for them. Lee Sin going way too deep while Azir sitting in the front line. Azir goes down early in that fight, and there's almost no damage left. This Lucian not able to shred through the two frontliners of Alawi and Zach. And so they just got destroyed in that river. A great fight. Good setup from fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. They played it slow. They had no need to start the Baron and force it and potentially have it stolen again from Feeder. So they just bait it out, wait for super minions to be on those Nexus turrets, and IU just tries to force the fight. And unfortunately, they were too far behind. They couldn't quite make that comeback, and they lose the game for that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that IU kind of struggled with is they had that nice early, but after they got that lead, they kind of just didn't really know how to deal with that split pushing Alawi. They would send the Nautilus there, but he didn't really. He would just get 1v1 by her instead of trying to sit under the tower and just let her push in and get in the farm. He would try to 1v1 and then he would die, and then she would just get tower after tower after tower. She was doing a great job of splitting the map, and while they were doing that, the rest of the 4 members of their team had such a great team fight. So if any of the members got picked off 1v1 versus the Alawi, the other 4 members are not really going to be able to do anything else because the team fight is so effective. Yeah. Also, for those interested, sorry, Dylan, for those interested, I have created in Twitch chat straw poll to see who you guys thought was MVP of the series. Went ahead and divided it up. So fire-breathing Rubber Duckies, go ahead and cast your votes there. Decide who you guys think was MVP of that series. Cast your votes, and we'll announce here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, and definitely throughout those fights, the Lee Syndrome really playing against IU. The Lee Sin had the kills. He was fed. He was strong, but he kept going way too deep to try to pick people off, and it really punished them in the end. He tried to 1v1 that Alawi down bot lane, which gave a good fight for the Rubber Duckies, allowing them to really press what was a small advantage into a nice large advantage, grabbing the inhibitor off of that push in the end.
Yeah, it kind of just goes back that Feeder made some very, very nice lead plays early on, and he came top and made plays on the Nautilus, or excuse me, on the Alawi, and kind of brought him behind a little bit. But once they got to that mid to late game, there was just not much they could really do. You know, they kind of just, that team fight potential from fire-breathing Rubber Duckies was just so strong that they couldn't turn it around. The dissonance and the shockwave from the Orianna alone would just absolutely crush people. It would two-hit people with those abilities alone, not even including the Zaya. So their team fight was so effective, and they really didn't have much of an answer for it.
Yeah, and just really well played in the draft phase from fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. While they fell behind early from those Lee Sin plays, they still kept true to their composition. They grouped up as 4 members, allowing that Alawi to side push, and they found the fights they needed. A few missed shockwaves here and there, but they still kept those team fights going. The Zac being a huge presence in the front line with the AoE from the Zaya Orianna, just able to absolutely shred through the team of Interns United, and they got their drafts, they got their team fight comp, and they got their team fights. They got everything they needed that game to push their advantage and go in for the win.
That was actually, that second game was pretty close towards the end. I think really if Interns United had maybe tried to play the map a little bigger, maybe tried to split push a little more, they might have been able to turn that around. But the fact that the team fight of fire-breathing Rubber Duckies was just so strong, they just really couldn't do anything against it.
One of the biggest downfalls that led to the end of that game was fire-breathing Rubber Duckies were able to pick up that free Baron out of vision and Interns United just had no idea that was happening. Feeder has shown that he has the ability. He was ahead in levels on that Zac. He has the ability to go in and make the steal. Maybe if they have vision on that, they can at least try and force them back or go for that steal. But Fire Breathing Rubber Ducky is able to just pick up that Baron, playing the vision nicely. They picked off two IU members from a little bit overzealous dive, started off by the Azir, and were able to just bring it in with that free Baron.
So it does look like the MVP was Le Blue Girl, so congratulations to him/her/it. Don't know genders, but congratulations. A big Alawi performance in game number 2, big Kled performance in game number 1. So congratulations to them on their MVP. But what we are going to have here, though, is we're going to have the coach of Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, Fate, going to come in for an interview to talk about that series, and I think he's here now. Fate, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going, man?
How's it going? How's it going? It's going pretty good. My team just 2-0.
Yeah, I must feel pretty good. Congratulations on the win. Great. Second game was pretty close, but overall, very well played by your team, so congratulations.
Well, the reason the second game was kind of close is because I wanted my team to have a little fun. You know, Mokujin, like, he was like, dude, please let me play this new pick. I want to try it out. So, you know what I did? I let my boy Mokujin try out this new Zaya pick, and apparently it went pretty well. It didn't go as good as his Ezreal pick, but, you know, I wanted to let him have a little fun there.
Oh man, I understand that. So looking at game, we'll speak about game number 2 because it's fresh in our minds right here. Team was down a little bit of gold in the mid game, down about 4K gold. What were things you think they did very effectively to bring that back in, and what were things they did early game that brought them behind that you think they could improve for next time?
Well, the early game is the Zac didn't create as much pressure, but I believe in my team's ability to 1-4 with the Alawi going into the solo lane, being able to take on like 1 to 3 people, and then my team being able to capitalize on taking Barons, on pushing down towers, etc., etc. My team, like, they had their Azir and Lee Sin revolving around the Orianna, like trying to put Killer Z behind. But that was just because Corrin couldn't really take on my mid laner on his own, so he needed his jungler's help. And yeah, that's basically what happened. I mean, although diamonds aren't typically supposed to be in the black gold league, but you know, he really shouldn't be in this league. So their best player wasn't even supposed to be in this league, and they still lost. Just to show you how strong my team are as a whole unit.
Damn, shots fired. Spicy memes coming out. I love it. I love it.
And a little bit of context for our new viewers here. You guys are the number 1 and 2 seeds here in that matchup, correct?
Yeah, but no team can really face the Rubber Ducks. Like, they are by far the best team in this league. Ever since I've been coaching them, they've been undefeated. The first week I wasn't here, they dropped 2 games, but they had 4 games overall. After every week I've been here, they've consistently went 4-0, 2-0 every single week.
So kind of going off that, giving us context looking forward. So do playoffs start next week? How many teams? What do we got going forward?
I think it's around 6 teams that are supposed to be in the playoffs. I think people are probably going to try out some new things, try out some new bends versus my team. But my team have been running the same comp versus every single team, and I've been making them play pocket picks just to be ready for the 3 target bans versus my top laner, my jungler, my mid laner, my AD carry, my support. Whoever they target ban, they're gonna have more champions to back it up and still smash them. So I'm so ready for the playoffs for my Rubber Ducks.
Sweet, Dylan, you got any more questions?
It's a little interesting going into there watching the vision game between both teams. A little bit of nothing going on early. Why is it that you guys don't look for vision and try and get a little bit more intel in on the enemy jungler? What's up with this vision game here?
Well, I think it's more so that they're scared to try to play proactive, whereas they would rather play reactive and try to capitalize on the other team's mistakes, which is really what happens in Elder League a lot. Most teams just into my team. Like, there's constantly been times where my Alawi goes top or goes bot lane 1v4s, takes 2 people out, and then my team goes straight to Baron. Like, it happens so often, and that's how we got most of our wins. No one really, like, takes advantage of the Alawi bin bot lane and, you know, trying to force something on the top side of the map because she doesn't have tentacles up there. So, which is, that's kind of why we don't really focus on vision, although I want them to focus on vision, not playing reactive, playing more proactive. But they're getting there. Like, I've only been coaching them for like 5 to 6 weeks. So once we get a little bit more practice, a little bit more scrims, I think they'll be able to just smash everybody, 20-minute games, pre-20-minute games and all.
Yeah, they definitely have a solid 4-man team fight, and so being able to proactively set up these fights, set up picks onto players, could be a very devastating team to try and go into as any other team. That'd be quite dangerous.
Hmm.
Sweet. So you got any more questions, Dylan?
No, I don't think I have anything for now.
Yeah, I think I'm all set too. Thanks for your time, Fate. Congratulations on the 2-0 win, and good luck going in the playoffs.
Thank you, thank you. Good luck to you guys in your stream.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it.
See ya, see ya.
Alrighty then. So, fun games. That was a blast. I had a good time.
Yeah, that was a little bit interesting, a little bit of fresh perspective, new players we haven't seen before, trying out some of their comps, get to see what's going on around the league community, get outside the PMA LCS, which, by the way, we have our finals match tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, right back here on the PMA LCS Twitch channel.
Make sure you guys give us a follow. That'll be a good match. $120 prize pool tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. As Dylan said, gonna be a great matchup we have. So make sure you guys give us a follow, tune into that, and I'm sure we're gonna be streaming some more Ascension eSports matches in the future. Maybe we get a playoff matchup in here or something. So give us a follow. Make sure you guys tune in all the time, and thanks for this opportunity. It was a great time. Some good games there.
Yeah, I had a whole lot of fun, and maybe looking into trying to do this more with this league. Very nice league,
Yeah.
some very good matches. Very nice close second match. It was very exciting to watch.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's it from here. So this is Gurg7.
And General Dill.
We're tuning out. Have a good night. See you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Have a good night. See you tomorrow at 6:30.